Everybody always tells you to use NoFollow links on your websites. On today's episode of SEO Lunch, find out how to do so. Hello everyone and welcome to this week's episode of SEO Lunch. I'm your host Dan, and SEO Lunch is your weekly look at sort of how to employ SEO on your webpage, inbound marketing on your webpage by looking at tips and tricks, specifically on the WordPress platform. A pause for the cause, folks. If you are enjoying what you're seeing, you can look at our older posts on the SEO Lunch page. Subscribe to us right on YouTube to get this content as it comes out. Or if you want to look at our blog content, you subscribe to us there at slocumstudio.com/subscribe. So what are we talking about today, folks? Last week we talked about Google Maps implementation. The week before that, we talked about image alt tags. This week, there was actually an article posted on Search Engine Land by Barry Schwartz, specifically reporting on what Matt Cutts said recently, Matt Cutts being the leader of search spam and search engine optimization for Google. Matt Cutts talked about NoFollow links, and specifically with WordPress, he was talking about widgets. So I direct your attention here down to my screen. You're going to notice a quick demo article. So we're going to go over links and sort of the rel attribute in your linking. So the way it looks here, we have our widget over here, join the Slocum Studio community, and here we have our blog post, page 2 of an article. How original, right? And we have some links there. And I'm going to get to each piece here to kind of talk about why I have this stuff listed here. Specifically what Matt Cutts said was that on widgets, we want to have a NoFollow link placed here in the widget if we have a link. Why is that? So typically with PageRank and with search engine optimization, it's not a great practice to have a situation where you have another website like a YouTube, or maybe if you had a poll, was specifically used as an example in the article, to have that consistently leading back to your site and taking back to your site. It's not good for your page rank. It kind of, Google sort of thinks that it's spam, and this isn't good. But there are also lots of other benefits for using the rel attribute in other ways. I do want to specifically talk about NoFollow because it tends to be the point of contention and the sort of the point of discussion around the search engine optimization community, the inbound marketing community. So let's go ahead and let's go back into the back end here. So we can find widgets under here, under appearance, widgets. And here's my text box, right? Now this does require knowing a little bit of HTML. Specifically here you can read, I have created this tag here that just says, ahref, just your typical link tab. This creates a link. You create the carets, you say, click here, and then you end the tag right down there. What we want to do is we want to add an attribute known as rel, or right here. And that says rel equals, we're going to say NoFollow. That's all we do. That creates that attribute so it does not mess, it's not ranking this specific link here when Google's searching through algorithms or using its algorithm to search through the pages. This is really nice because basically what happens is if it detects that there are way too many links going to this one page, it thinks that you're just paying for links, that you're getting it from, from YouTube or from Twitter or something like that. And, why are you getting so many of these? You must be gaming the system. Let's shut this page down. This page is not going to show up on page 1, page 2, etc. We all know how valuable that can be. So that's that. And again, when you look at the page, let me go back. You'll notice it doesn't look any different at all. That's the idea. All these attributes that you see aren't really changing, or the rel attribute specifically isn't changing the way it looks. It's just changing the way it's indexed. I did want to go over a couple other ones that are sort of a little bit more important, other rel codes. And that's why I have this page up here, page 2 of an article. Actually, let me go back up here. So you'll notice I have a couple things that you would typically see on a website, and there are actually ways to optimize this. You'll see, this is your content page. Let's say you had one of those multi-page articles. You wanted people going through your website, or you had a series, on our shows, our web shows like Press This, we go through our series of, here's this membership plugin. Oh, and this week we talked about this membership plugin, and the next week we talk about the next. How great would it be if there's a way to sort of bundle that together if somebody's looking for the best membership plugin? Well, there actually is. So let's show what this looks like. So typically, like, this would be going back to page 1, and this would be going to the next page. But there's actually a way to index that for Google. Let's go to this post. Let's edit it, right? Now, this is the front-end editor you're seeing here, obviously, using the Slocum minimize theme. But let's go, and we've already just normally done a link, like I talked about links in another episode, so you can go back and reference that if you need to. But let's go to the text section here, which we did employ for embedding the Google Maps last time. And you're going to notice all that funny stuff I wrote before is right here as well. So here's your link for going to page 1 right here, right? I can then do rel equals. For this one, I'm going to write prev or prev, however you want to pronounce it. What this tells it is that page 1 here, with relation to page 2 that we have, was the page before it. And if I go to hello world, which is just that I just kind of put in some links here, and I can do rel equals next. This tells Google that page 3 here, the link that says go to page 3, I invite you to look on the screen here, go to page 3, is going to be the next page in this series, and that's how it should rank. So if this whole thing here was for membership plugins and I had the previous and next, and you went on Google, it would know that page 1 should be the one indexed first. And then as you click through, it knows smartly that this is part 2, part 3, part 4. Okay? Again, this changes nothing on the front end. If I update this post here and then view it, you're going to notice that nothing's changed. Nothing's changed about the way it looks. Again, it's all happening in the background. The other thing I want to talk about is social media. Now, this is a new one. The next and previous one and the NoFollows are all sort of older tricks. But the social media one's new. Specifically, if you link like an image or a link to your social media sites like Twitter or Facebook, another thing you can do is, we're going to go right back to that post again. Right back to the text. I can create a rel shortcode, or rel attribute, my apologies, called me. And what me does is it basically says that this link is for your social media. The me page specifically means this is linking to my social media page. So again, when you're on the web and you're looking for things by yourself, so if you go to Google and search, posts by Dan Zarzicki or something, this makes it easier to kind of follow through and say, oh, well, page 2 of an article, this post here was written by this Twitter handle. So it makes it easier to locate things that way as well. And you can do that, rinse and repeat for all of your other social media sources like Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest and all that fun stuff there. And again, I update it. I view the post. And nothing's changed. It still looks like a link. You're still going to click on it. And when I click on this link, it's still going to take you to my Twitter page. But that won't be, any different than normal. It just is better for rank on Google. Trust me. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you guys got something out of this. I hope you will start using these tags, maybe implementing them a little bit in your practices on your website, or your WordPress powered website, excuse me. If you have any more comments or questions about this, feel free to comment below on YouTube, or comment below if there's a blog post listed here. I believe we're having a little bit of a blog post about some of this stuff as well. Otherwise, subscribe with the big red subscribe button on YouTube, or go to slocumstudio.com/subscribe to subscribe to all this great content, blog posts as they come out, and as we release great new stuff for you. Thanks a lot, guys.